We have with us our guest speakers, Mr. Manzoor sir, and we have Dr. Smith Linde sir. Our first lecture will be delivered by Mr. Manzoor sir, who happens to be the two-time gold medalist and the third person from Jammu and Kashmir who was a fisheries professional. Sir is one of the initial breed of professional fisheries person to work in large private sector aquaculture projects in the country, and he is CEO of BFDA Goa, and perhaps one of the first and only non-government project director of garment shrimp hatchery in Goa. Sir has set up an aquaculture consultancy entity, designed and commissioned many aqua farms in Goa, Maharashtra and Karnataka, and also made a few project proposals in Kashmir. Sir is also currently a visiting faculty at Goa University for many years. Besides fisheries, Sir has diverged into the food processing sector, owning a private limited company. So we are highly thankful to have you here and looking forward to hear from you.
Hello everyone. So that's all. Morning beta big gathering. Yeah, अच्छे से lunch किया सो गए. Okay. So how many entrepreneurs or somebody who's interested to venture? Okay. Rest all I guess students.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, I was actually invited for Dr. Manzoor's program, which we just I've been getting over today or tomorrow. And when so I had come prepared for that, and then Dr. Faisal requested me because I had a couple of more days here, so that's what he requested to give another talk. So he requested me to give a talk about like my journey from a fisheries background, so just maybe somebody might get interested in that, and then see how you can have a journey in fisheries as an entrepreneur. तो मेरी स्कूलिंग यहीं पे हुई है, मैं नटीपुरा से हूँ. स्कूलिंग यहीं पे हुई मेरी गवर्नमेंट स्कूल. उसके बाद एसपी कॉलेज में मैंने ग्रेजुएशन करी, एंड उसके बाद आई वेंट टू बैंगलोर फिशरीज कॉलेज. वहीं पे मैंने बीएफएससी करा है, मास्टर्स भी वहीं पे करी. माय ग्रेजुएशन 92 और सॉरी ग्रेजुएशन 90 एंड मास्टर्स in 92. 90s were the times when aquaculture burst out in India with shrimp farming, monodon, Phineas monodon, Jhinga, black tigers जिसको हम बोलते हैं. So it just spread like fire. 90s were the time when it spread like fire in whole of India. And the pioneering state, Andhra, and ours was one of the luckiest batches, 1992 batch, wherein unheard of in fisheries sector, wherein the campus interviews. So we had multinationals, we named the multinationals, and we had campus to take the students in their projects. So I was one of the lucky few who got selected, and I happened to end up in Nellore. Nellore, there is also a fisheries college. So here I would say very habitable place, but the project where our project came up, it was, you would say out of humanity. Kuch bhi nahi tha wahan pe. It is just a coastal belt in the east coast, and maybe 1-2 hamlets with maybe some 13-14 houses, tribal people. So that's where our project came up. Well, humko even to have a luxury of having an ice cream, humko we used to have to go to city almost 70-80 kilometers. और वो भी बस आती थी सवेरे एक बस और शाम को एक बस. So that's how challenging this line is, but then it is it is fulfilling. When you live in that remote area and you are 24/7, you are with the fish, so you love it. You will like this line when you are there. So that's what my journey has been. So I went to the private sector. Almost before that, when I finished my graduation, so as a proud fisheries person, I also wanted to typical जो हमारी mindset है ना, every Kashmiri's mindset कि government job ही मिले. So मैं भी यहाँ पे आया, went to Department of Fisheries. जान साहब थे director then. Somehow, whatever reason, like maybe perhaps it is destined, so it didn't happen. Even though I was disheartened कि यार fisheries करी and department में है नहीं fisheries वाले, and still there isn't placement. So I took it okay. Like some things are not to happen, and maybe destiny has something else meant. And so I went to Nellore. As I told you, it is town just immediately from Tamil Nadu. When you go to Andhra, the first town is Nellore. So there I was for 6 years. So we developed in a remote area. We developed a huge project. It is 100-hectare farm, shrimp farm with almost 120 ponds, with 120 million shrimp hatchery, as well as the integrated processing plant. So that was my doing, when I started the project from beginning, like from scratch, right from site selection. So I was involved from day one. Okay, this Andhra, if you know, corporates of Andhra, like how we have a Khyber and all that. So there's a group by name Nagarjuna Fertilizer Group. So it was that company who had started this aquaculture division. So we have very few initially, fisheries ke 2-3 the, I had colleagues from Tamil Nadu Fisheries College. So हम 3 ही थे वहाँ पे fisheries वाले. One was from Kerala, one myself, and one from Tamil Nadu. So that's how we started that journey with a 100-hectare, right from barren land, like how you see, there, horizon में आपको दिखता था wetland. So that's how the site was, with some hutments in between. So we had to shift them out, give them new locations, and construct a huge project of 100-hectare, 120 ponds, and the shrimp hatchery. And the industry, it developed so much, if any of you happen to go, maybe as students or as entrepreneurs, you have to go to Andhra to see what is, aquaculture industry. Your mindset will change. You'll forget that there is medicine, something profession like medicine. In Andhra, there are doctors and engineers who have left their profession and are into fisheries. That is a level of development what has happened in Andhra. But all the mistakes what we did, that is the place where he comes from, Gujarat. They were the lucky one because aquaculture took up very late in Gujarat. So they learned from our mistakes what not to do. Because we are the first one, we did know. So, whatever we had learned in the book, so we did that. But then we did so many mistakes. But then that was what Gujarat had an advantage. The aquaculture policy came much later, and they had the advantage to do what should not be done. So that's what has been a journey, and through the journey I have gone a couple of countries. I have to visit to hone my skills. I went to CP Farm, that's a very big company from Thailand. So I went to their projects to get trained in shrimp farming. And I also happened to go to Israel because they are far ahead of us. Any technology we name it, they are far ahead. They are far ahead. This is the story of 2005. In desert area, they have fish farms in desert. Okay. Absolute desert, typical Rajasthan, that's how the desert is. And the level of production, mind blowing. I couldn't imagine fisheries can do so much of production. So that's a level of technological advancement they have. So let me just see what more I can talk about. So there was a time it was 90s, I told you that was a big time for all the fisheries professionals and also non-professionals, because they also came into the aquaculture industry. If you go to any district of Andhra, you will see what is aquaculture. You will see that doctors, engineers, I know them personally who have just left their profession and they are into fisheries. So that's a level of entrepreneurship this fisheries can give you. Then came time of 1995-96 when the first time white spot virus came in the shrimp industry and almost collapsed. Because as I told you, we are the first breed of technocrats in this line. कुछ मालूम नहीं था what's happening. Whatever like now we had learned, जितना भी theory मालूम था, applied, 0 results. And you know why is a complicated even so doesn't allow you to do anything. Like no, as you have a crop and the next day morning your farm is finished. So it doesn't give you even time to recover and think and make remedial measures. It doesn't give you time. And usi time 95, 96 mein we had Supreme Court when there was a litigation wherein they said coastal aquaculture must stop. It is degrading the environment. Coastal aquaculture, यहाँ पे भी है pan India, right from Gujarat से West Bengal. So all the coastal farms were closed. And one fine day, from being a happy-go-lucky fisheries professional, I was without job in '96. Okay. Total every farm closed. So nothing did know what next. Okay. And my wife also from fisheries, and she was in charge for hatchery, and I was in charge for farm. So both of us out of job suddenly one fine day nothing, didn't know what to do. So we have done, you name the job, I have done all the odd jobs one can think of to run the house. Okay. Then my wife is from Goa, and so we came back to Goa. Because I knew Kashmir में कुछ है नहीं करने को, like no, as I told you that Jan Saab, so there was totally negative attitude from his side. So I didn't want to meet him again and see the opportunities, the prospects. So I started my own consultancy. Every setback gives you something to maybe some next step to see what is the possibility. So every negative if you see in your life, every setback, it's a stepping stone for something new. So I started my firm, aquaculture consultancy, and touch wood with grace of God, I've been the most successful technocrat consultant in that part of the country. All the major farms, all the big farms in Goa, you name it, I have done it. So with God's grace, I have made a good name for myself in West Coast. My biggest project has been almost 82 hectares, so that's a huge, the whole of this, whatever you see. So that was my biggest project I have done. So I do turnkey projects, right from site selection to excavation, execution, construction and operation. And then I hand over after one season, one crop, I hand over. So that's how I work. And as I told you, my wife is also from similar line. Then she joined department. So there was an opportunity in Goa department. She being a local, so she got into department as Superintendent of Fisheries. I don't know, some of you might have seen her. She came on 25th here for lecture. She was also here on 25th. So she joined department. I was doing my own consultancy firm. And then again, around 2000, there was opportunity in government of Goa to run their hatchery, shrimp hatchery. There's a departmental hatchery in Goa, shrimp hatchery. So I was selected to take over that as project director as well as CEO for BFDA, like Brackish Water Fish Farmers Development Agency. Like you have, I don't know if you have in Kashmir freshwater farmers development agency. You have here FFDA something. I don't know if you have. You have. Okay. So likewise in coastal states you have Brackish Water Fish Farmers Development Agency (BFDA). So I was CEO of that and project director for the shrimp hatchery. So we used to make seeds, produce seeds for the local farmers, shrimp farmers in Goa. Then again, because of some reasons which I wouldn't want to discuss because political in nature, conflict of Kashmiris when they go out. So I had to leave that job. So I left within maybe 1.5 years. I left the job. And again, that setback again was a stepping stone for something new. So I thought, no, what I had started as a consultancy, I should pursue that full time. And I started the firm back, and then it has been a big success. It has, I mean, that's what I said. I've made a name for myself there. anywhere like Goa or the Western Maharashtra, I have done the projects. I have done in Northern Karnataka. I have done projects, and I'm also, as I told you, I think she already explained to you, said about me that I'm also visiting faculty for Goa University. I teach postgraduate students for coastal aquaculture. So whole of the semester I take classes for them. So because I already am into some business, so they accommodate me because the first lecture of that, I have to do twice or thrice a week lecture. So the first, even before the college university starts, my lecture is there because I don't want to miss my normal work. So I do that from 8:30, 9:30 or 10, depending on the the lecture is. Otherwise, university starts by 9:30 they start, but for me it is they do that special class. So my wife now at present, she is Director of Fisheries and also holding additional charge of Member Secretary Pollution Board, State of Goa. So recent their Pollution Board case was in Supreme Court, and they gave a judgment that Member Secretary of Pollution Board has to be a full-time person. It cannot be part-time. So now she has taken leave from Department of Fisheries because she has, it's a tenure base. Member Secretary is a tenure base, 3 years term. So she has already completed one. So she is now midway in the second term. So once she finishes the Pollution Board work, then she'll be going back to Department of Fisheries. And again, like we being from both fisheries industry and Goa, it's a small place, and myself being in fisheries and she in the department, so I felt at one point of time it was a conflict of interest. Like in case I do something in fisheries, so everybody will talk because wife is there and that's why it's happening. So I was running my farm, I was running my consultancy, I was running feed agency, I was running all the equipment and the pharmaceuticals, aqua. So slowly I came out of that deliberately because I didn't want more someone to pay finger name because यार wife है उधर इसलिए हो रहा है. So I diversified. This is almost 18, 19 year back story. So I started non-fisheries related business because constantly I didn't want to do something wherein physical presence will be there in fisheries. I didn't want to do because I didn't want that conflict or someone to point fingers. So I ventured into food industry. I started from beverages, then I did ice cream, but it was failure because see, unless you don't know the subject, you can't do anything in that, right? Like you see, that's the purpose of programs like this. You need to know some basic. Even I told you in my last lecture when I came here, like you have to, someone who wants to do fisheries, you have to have some basic knowledge. What is fish and what are what is thoda sa uska biology, thoda sa life cycle. Then only you can do a good job as an entrepreneur. So beverage line and ice cream line was totally it was poles apart than what I had studied. So when it was a failure, then I said no, I should, in case I have to do something else besides fisheries, I should study it myself. So I understood what is ice cream, what is yogurt, sugarless, fat-free ice creams. So you today tell me to make an ice cream, I will make the best of the world's ice cream I can make today. And then I started a project wherein it was a franchising model, like how your cafe, coffee day, chai points. So I have an ice cream model wherein I give franchisees. So I make ice creams and somebody runs the, as an entrepreneur, he can start his own store and sell. So I have a ice cream and yogurt plant. But again, COVID, so sabki vaat. So same thing happened, and ice cream, unless you have a cold chain, you cannot sell your ice cream or you can't transport to different states. My furthest store was in Punjab, so from Goa all the way ice cream going to Punjab. So my furthest store was in Punjab. So with COVID, no ice cream transportation and ice cream business. So this is a recent story. But again, as I said, I diversified into so many things. So as on date, I make over 100 products. So I have my own R&D. I have my own R&D lab wherein I formulate food products. Around today, I make whey proteins, I make protein powders, I make tea premixes, I make beverage, I make energy drinks, I make soaps, I make ice creams, I make shampoos, I make toothpaste. You name it, what is one needs, I make everything. And with own my formulation, not that I buy it out from someone, no. I make my own, I formulate my own. And I have like a little pride in saying that I make products for Dhoni, I make whey proteins for him, I make products for our Dada, Saurav Ganguly, I make protein powders for him, I make antioxidant beverage for him. So that is my journey, that is what it has been, like starting from fisheries, and I would diversified into so many other things. So I have my plant in Goa, and somebody, I think morning we were discussing, there is one person he has been associated with from Goa, Dr. Sir Mukadam. He is Goa Biodiversity Board director. We also work now with the Government of Goa as technology partners with Government of Goa, my company. So what we do with the Biodiversity Board Goa is, see, if you have some little bit idea about biodiversity boards, maybe Kashmir must be also having one. So they go into remote areas, tribal areas to see what is the local agriculture produce or maybe fish produce, whatever, they will have their local produce. So we help them technologically, how to preserve, how to enhance the shelf life. Okay, so we are technological partners of this Biodiversity Board Goa, and even all the labels, that's what I was telling sir in the morning. So we do the label designing, so everything is my in-house, right from formulation of the product, manufacturing of the product, packaging of the product, label designs, social media, everything I have as on date, I have in-house, everything we do. So I don't depend on anything, kuch bhi for anything, whether it is designing the product, whether it is designing the label or the packaging for it. So as of now, I export my premix teas to European countries, I export to US, I export to most of the Gulf countries, I export my products. So that is what my journey has been. I'm very happy about it. Lastly, before I walk off, for the entrepreneurs, whether it's, I would want, don't depend on fisheries jobs. They're not going to come. Okay, you know it for sure. It's not there. Maybe somebody may be lucky in every batch, ek do ko mil jayegi, but it's saturation everywhere. Whether यहाँ पे कश्मीर में देखो और Goa, now we feel कश्मीर में हम because we are just confined to this mountains. We feel हम ही मरे हुए हैं, बाकी सब तो मजे कर रहे हैं. It's not. Everybody is struggling in everywhere. Okay, you name Goa में see. Everybody of you will have Goa में क्या must life है बीच पे जाते हैं शाम को दारू पियो बीच पे and enjoy life. It's not that. They also struggle. वहाँ भी jobs नहीं है. Nobody has job. So वो भी कर रहे हैं, वो भी entrepreneurs हैं वहाँ पे. So everybody is looking at because that's how their life will be in future. Government jobs are not going to be there. Or with AI, I don't see future में there will be so many jobs there. So that is what will be the future. You have to be entrepreneurs. You have to be, and thoda sa advice. See, it is difficult to start as an individual. So my life experience, I would suggest, 2-3 milke, in case you want to start, do it together with some 2-3 people. Don't do alone. It's not going to happen. It will be, if you want to do it, it will be a long learning curve. If you want to do it alone, you can do it. Not that you can't, but it will be a long learning curve. But जब आपको 2-3 दिमाग साथ में मिलेंगे ना, एक mistake तुम्हारी, somebody will know this is not right. We have to do some other way. So, and preferably, आज के time में startup ज़माना है. So see that you take someone like say fisheries wala, someone maybe engineer as a partner, someone maybe marketing wala, somebody partner. So those collective brains, you see, you will make a successful business. So that's what will be my advice to you. And again, anytime, any help, whichever way, I'm always there. I've been telling all the faculty here. See, they are all my juniors. Some are from my college. Some I know as Fraternity of Fisheries. So we are very close knit and very bonded together. Pan India. It's not ki Kashmir se you go Tamil Nadu Fisheries College. You name Manzoor, they will know who's Manzoor. You go Kerala College, you talk to Dean, they will know who's Manzoor from Kashmir. You talk to director there, they'll know who's. You go MPEDA, you go to NFDB board, which this president there, the chairman, you ask him, they will know about me. So we are very closely knit and very close community. So that way, any help, anytime anyone needs, always there. Okay, thank you.
Sir, how they can be associated with your company or any franchisee if you will give some opportunity?
See, I'm not in fish. I mean,
you are not
but anything like see, I have CCD Cafe, Coffee Day, or Chai Point. Anyone has heard of? CCD का सुना है ना, Cafe Coffee Day. So I have a franchisee concept like that. So I also have a same cafe model wherein I make premixes of tea. So it is just in a packet. You have to just empty the packet in a glass of water and your tea is ready. Nothing to add, nothing to filter, and it's just ready. Like how you have the airlines.
Sir, वो सब चीजें हम यहाँ पे कैसे, अगर आपको यहाँ पे भी सेटअप करना होगा? Sir,
anybody who's interested as an entrepreneur, I'm there. So whosoever wants, you can get in touch with any of the faculty and get in touch with me.
See, sir told we are preparing different products. If
Sir, can we get your contact also? Contact.
Anytime, that's what I said.
Yeah, you contact me, I will give you everything. Don't worry.
Anytime.
program करवा रहे हैं क्योंकि
I'll be more than happy. In case anyone wants to start as an entrepreneur journey, I am there.
Sir,
any which way.
Sir, being a fishery student, आपने सर start किया है fishery, लेकिन किया है सर बाहर, out of state, केरला में जहाँ बोले. सर आपको क्या वहाँ पे उस टाइम challenges face हुए, मतलब आप
कुछ भी नहीं.
आपने सर ये बोला कि वहाँ पे या उस टाइम वहाँ पे president या जो हमारे यहाँ पे director fisheries थे वो यहाँ पे use थे. तो आपसे आज तक सर आपने यहाँ पे fisheries में अगर कुछ और start किया होता तो शायद हमारे graduates या हम भी शायद उसमें सर adjust हो पाते.
See, I married outside, so I have a family. अगर कोई सुख हो रहा है, it was a different scene. So she's a typical.
कर सकते हैं start, आपको लगता है क्योंकि आपका experience हमसे ज़्यादा.
You know, trout की demand क्या है pan in India? You know what is the demand? People are crazy, but hey, we are not able to supply. I have given projects to Department of Fisheries. I have given projects to NGOs in Goa. In Kashmir, Dal Lake NGOs. But you know, the things how were last couple of decades in Kashmir, so it didn't happen. See, I have done my first cage culture, जबकि India में किसी ने सोचा भी नहीं, मतलब that word wouldn't have come anywhere. I have done cage in 1999 in Goa. I have done in a dam. That too, not the cages what you see today. I have done with bamboo poles. Carpenter को लेके I have made a pole. And the fish I have grown, maybe sometime I'll share a picture and he can show you. I have a fish, katla I am holding like this. यहाँ तक मेरे 45 kilo का fish I have grown in my cage, katla. So thing is तो वही यहाँ पे नहीं था, and I was destined to be son-in-law of Goa, तो नहीं आ पाया इधर. Okay, thank you so much.